and welcome to the June edition of Pulse of the Parish. We're out here at Animal Services and Mosquito Control. We know that mosquito season is underway, but we're learning more about a new state-of-the-art technology that we're using here in Caddo Parish, and we'll ride along and learn more about it. We're also celebrating our employees with milestone years of service, and we'll take a look at our Employee Service Awards. Summer is also underway in our Parks Department, and we'll take a look at our Family Adventure Day for some good family fun. There's lots to see, so let's go. Well, Willie, thank you for joining us this morning. We know that mosquito season is underway here in Caddo Parish, and we know that that brings those buzzing critters to our back doors and into our backyards and areas. And so we know that Caddo Parish Animal Services and Mosquito Control is working hard to prepare us for this season. Tell us a little bit about some of the things that you all are doing to help prepare us.
You're absolutely right. The mosquitoes are coming out right now, and for what we're going to do to begin the mosquito season is set out some traps to get a healthy population of what's going on in certain areas. We're going to send out some mosquitoes to test and see what type of viruses we're seeing, dengue, West Nile, equine, eastern equine encephalitis. And part of our way of combating the mosquitoes is also deploying our drone applications, where we'll find some hard to reach areas that we just can't patrol or treat by foot. So we'll launch the drone to help us with our mosquito abatement in those certain areas. It's very effective. We're doing our trial runs around here, around mosquito control, and we're having some really positive results. So, yep, that's what we plan on doing.
Well, you mentioned the drone technology and employing that new technology. I'm excited to ride along today just to see what goes into that, the preparation, and how you all treat those areas. So I'm going to hop in the truck with you today, and we are going to go combat some mosquitoes. So let's go.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, so we're here and we're ready to deploy our drone. Tell us a little bit about what goes into deploying the drone as you get us ready.
All right. Well, first we got to get her out.
Such a neat little piece of technology.
Very, very cool.
Have we named the drone?
Yes.
And what's her name or his name?
Her, Dash.
Dash the drone. Okay. Oh, there you go. Dash the drone.
My daughter named her.
I love it.
So first thing that we normally do is we would like to get her set up where we're going to launch.
Right.
So right here, it's kind of gravelly, maybe a little uneven. So we'd probably move it to a more level surface, like probably out over here.
Okay.
So if you want, can you just go ahead and grab right here?
Right here?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Just be careful of the antennas. Next thing we're going to do is deploy the elevons, the props.
Okay.
So what we do is we hold it, pull it up, hold it right here, lift up just a little bit. Yep.
Okay.
From the bottom, right where the props are.
Okay.
Hold it up. I'm just going to secure it like this.
Okay, so next steps, what do we have here?
Right here is the power supply to the drone. It's a lithium ion battery. We got two that supply the power to the drone so we can get it up in the air.
Awesome. And while you're installing those, I think one of the biggest questions that we get is, why don't I ever see the drone in my backyard? Why don't I ever see it flying over my neighborhood? Can you talk a little bit about where we choose to fly the drone and where it's most effective and how we go about that process?
Sure. Well, the reason why you won't see us flying the drone over your house or around your neighbors or anything like that is because we're not actually allowed to or authorized to disseminate larvicide over populated areas. So we hit the areas that are close to your neighborhood and your homes, but not exactly over you, because the mosquitoes in these hard to reach areas are going to migrate over into that area anyways. And that's one of the main reasons why you won't see it.
Right. So it's stopping the mosquitoes before they get into those places where the population is. Okay,
correct.
Awesome. Okay, it is loading time. Time to load our drone with the product that we're going to use, the granules. And so we're going to load that in. Tell us a little bit about the product and what's going into the drone.
Right. So what we're doing right now, we're loading a BTI granular. It's going to provide us with like a 30-plus day residual. It's going to kill the mosquitoes that in the standing water areas that we apply it to.
Okay. So we're going to load that. We're joined by our mosquito control manager, Brian Glasscock, who is helping us load the drone today. But these granules are what will come out of the actual drone and into the areas that we're trying to treat, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So a little bit about the actual granules. When they are deployed from the drone, are they just spread out? How does the process work?
Correct. There's a hopper, a little spinner at the bottom that spins really fast and allows the granulars to disperse. We set the setting to disperse it at different what's known as swath widths, depending on what area that we're treating, what product we're using, what altitude we're going to be flying at, and I manually adjust that during the calibration process of the new products that we get.
And on a typical run, how much, whether it's square miles or acreage, on one run, how much ground can this drone cover?
That all depends on what the area is. We can usually treat up to about 20 plus acres. It all depends on what need is in the area that is requesting the drone.
Awesome. Well, Willie, it is flight time. It is time to get this drone in the air. And so we're going to back away for safety purposes. But before we get started and get the drone going, tell us a little bit about what takes place once it's in the air. I know that it goes up to certain elevations. How high does the drone typically get when you are performing a deployment of the granules?
Gotcha. Well, typically I'm allowed to go up to 400 feet, but that's a little excessive for a lot of the missions that we do. So our normal flight paths will probably be an altitude about maybe 113 feet or even as low as 70 feet. No, it all depends on what area I'm treating and what obstacles are around that might impede the height of function for the drone while we're disseminating the product.
Okay, well, I know safety is the utmost importance. We're going to back up and get to a safe distance, and then from here on out, we're just going to watch our drone take flight.
All right.
Okay, let's go.
Right now, it's at its first waypoint, and it's now starting.
And so at this point, the granules are actually, I know it's kind of far away for us to see, but the granules are actually coming out of the drone now.
Correct, it is treating. We're at 115 feet above ground level. We're at the third waypoint, and we are returning home. The mission is complete.
Well, Willie, that was so awesome to watch the drone get deployed and do its job. Very cool thing to watch. We've gotten a couple questions about the drone. One is, how often do we plan to use this drone in our arsenal against mosquitoes?
That's a very good question. In 2024, we plan on using the drone very heavily. We have ideas of using it about maybe once, twice a week in various areas that we know have tested positive for West Nile, and that's mainly the goal of this drone. I understand that some of the citizens have some concerns about surveillance of the drone. It does have cameras, but these cameras are primarily used for me to see where it's going and where it's treating. It does not have recording functions whatsoever.
Right, so this isn't a spy drone.
Absolutely not.
And you all typically run this drone in the daytime, correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
That is correct.
So citizens that have questions about that, it is strictly for the dispersal of our granules and combating mosquitoes.
That is correct.
Excellent. Well, Willie, I want to thank you again so much. You do so much here as our quality assurance specialist manager, all the things here. And so flying the drone is one of the many hats that you wear here. So thanks for giving us a glimpse into how we're combating mosquitoes and using this state-of-the-art drone technology. So we're very excited to see this in our arsenal, and thanks for having us out today.
You're very welcome. I appreciate it. And thank you for allowing me to showcase this new technology that we're using for Caddo Parish.
Thanks. We had a blast. Whether you jumped in a canoe, shot a bow and arrow, or wanted to see if the fish were biting, a great time was had by all at Caddo Parish Parks and Recreation's Family Adventure Day. This free event allows citizens to experience different forms of recreation in one location, in one day. Participants spent the day at Richard Fleming Park and rotated freely between different events. We hope to see you at one of our future events, so be sure to check out Facebook and caddoparks.org. The Parish of Caddo went to Hollywood as we celebrated our amazing employees with milestone years of service at the Parish's annual Employee Service Awards. Employees who have reached the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30-year mark of service were formally recognized by Parish Administration and the Caddo Parish Commission. Special thanks goes to the Parish's Employee Council, who plans and hosts this special event for employees each year. We are so proud of our dedicated team members who have served the citizens of Caddo Parish and met these remarkable milestones. Congratulations! Well, that's it for another great edition of Pulse of the Parish. As always, we invite you to join us every first Friday of the month for a look at all of the new and exciting things going on in Caddo Parish. We'll see you next time.